like A9. They take our heroes, give us weaponized clones. The revolution won't be televised. I can't be replicated. Copy the attitude and the chains, but no one will ever do me the same. I can't be replicated. Try to control me, then guess again. Rebellion lives in my DNA. I can't be replicated. Duplicated, imitated, fabricated, eliminated. No, I can't be replicated. The system designed me to be a slave. I'm the glitch in the matrix they can't escape. I can't be replicated.
You prepared to suffer the consequences that society may deem you need to suffer because of your views?
You're goddamn right.
Welcome back to the Big Neck Show. We're going to be talking about the radical agenda of the LGBTQIA plus community later today. But first, we're going to get into a couple stories, news stories. But before we get into all of that, it really helps support the channel if you hit the like button, subscribe, maybe leave a comment down below afterwards. I don't think you can leave comments in a live video, except you want to leave something in the chat as well. But if you want to leave a comment, it'll also help. And you can also check the links in the description below. One will go to my one will go to my main channel. This is my backup channel. One will go to my main channel. We'll be back up on that one. I think it was April 27th, I believe, is when the community guideline strikes expire. I also have my Rumble with exclusive videos. I'll be posting another newer one soon, in the next couple of days. Also, if you like that part of the clip of the song I played at the intro for the starting, I left a link in the description below. That song by MacDonald, a really good rapper. If you want to check him out, I left the song link in the description below. I think that covers it all. If you want to follow me on social media, you can also find those links in the description. Also, happy St. Patrick's Day. But if you are not Irish, you better not be celebrating St. Patrick's Day. That's cultural appropriation. And we do not have that here at the Big Nick Show. I am Irish, partly, somewhat. So I can celebrate St. Patrick's Day. But if you celebrate St. Patrick's Day, that's cultural appropriation, and that is not acceptable. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, let's get into some stories. So, we've come so far from the civil rights movement, like the 60s and whatnot, 50s and 60s. The minorities fighting, especially the black community, fighting for their rights to be seen as human beings. So now, we're all equal. I mean, we're always equal. We weren't always treated equal. Now we're all treated equal. We're all seen as human beings. Well, except at Columbia University, because Columbia University will have 6 separate graduations, segregated by race, income, sexuality, and ethnicity. How is that not racism? If we're segregating, we're having separate graduations for black people, white people, Asian people. How is that not racism? Like, if we did that if white people did that back, 50 years ago, that's racist. And it was. But now we do it today, and it's woke. And it's great. It says Columbia University in New York has a novel idea for promoting the freedom, critical thinking, and wisdom that universities should be imparting to the next generation. They're going to segregate students at graduations. Columbia University is hosting 6 separate graduation ceremonies based on income, level, race, and ethnicities. Columbia University is planning to hold 6 additional graduation ceremonies for students according to race and other aspects of how they identify. Yep, The next big thing at the academy is separating students based on their race, income, sexuality, and ethnicity. Just think of how proud the KKK would be. I mean, seriously, there was a video. I believe it's Prager. It might have been either the Daily Wire or PragerU. One of them put out that was this guy who was asking like white college students. I think that he was asking them stuff like, "How do you feel about like segregating these kind of like ceremonies like this?" And the majority on the college campuses he asked were white people. And they were all like, "Oh yeah, this is so great. This is good for the black community and stuff like that." And then he actually went into a black community and he asked them that, and then they thought it was racist. But then he goes and asks a member of the KKK, and he agrees they should be segregating these graduations and classes and whatnot. These BLM and these woke liberals don't understand that they're literally doing what the KKK did, what the KKK wants. They accuse, Trump of being, part of the KKK, but this is what the KKK want. They want, and all these other races, they want these people separated. But this is woke nowadays. This is great. It says, here's what ceremonies will be held. There'll be one for Latinx students who will be attended by only the wokest of woke, since Hispanic Americans refuse to use that ridiculous label to describe themselves. Yeah, that's another thing. It's mostly like Latinx, the term Latinx, I think that's how they pronounce it. It's just Latino, like Latino, like a Hispanic American. Like the Hispanic Americans usually don't even use that phrase. It's what white people use to make sure these people, because they think these people are going to get offended, so they just use it. It's so dumb. There's going to be a black graduation. There'll be a graduation for Native Americans. There'll be one for low income people, and a lavender graduation for the LGBTQ whatever community. And there was another one, but my paper cut it out. I don't have the other one. It was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think my paper cut out the last one. But anyway, why? And this is another thing. I heard someone bring this up. I was listening to someone earlier, and they brought this up. They brought up a good point. What if someone is a gay, black, low income, what if someone's gay, black, and low income? Do they have to do 3 graduation ceremonies? They have to attend all 3? And then they'll have a general one for the white people too, And of course, all these will be virtual. Why? Again, this is progress, guys. Progress. We're reverting back to basically a racist America that they claim, they claim America's so bad, so racist, but they're the ones spreading this racism by segregating people based on their skin. It's stupidity. So we talked about like Monday, I think it was, about we actually talked about it yesterday too, but we talked about the Grammys, especially Cardi B's performance. We talked a little bit about it. Cardi B's performance at the Grammys on Monday. Basically, I'm not going to play the video because I try to shoot for at least a somewhat family-friendly show. Like not super family-friendly, but it's kind of like borderline like family-friendly. I try not to put porn on YouTube, and that's basically exactly what her performance was. It was like softcore, like kind of like borderline porn, but which is a lot on TV nowadays. You can have TV, and it's empowering to women. The whole song WAP, it's empowering. Cardi B going out on stage with what's her face, Megan Thee Stallion. What a name, Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B. Performing like, I mean, strippers. Like what? And this is empowering to women, guys, because it's teaching. Because it's great for all little girls to see this stuff and be like, you know what? I want to be a stripper. I want to. Uh, I want to be reduced down to nothing except just to be used for sex. I mean, that's literally what they're doing here. And this one I never understood. The feminist, I believe the feminist movement at least used to be against pornography, but then now, as far as I know, at least some feminists are for pornography when women do it because it's empowering to women, even though it's not. It's just like this whole the whole segregation thing. We they're just reverting back to how things used to be. Like they're undoing all the stuff that past generations have accomplished. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, Candace Owens called out Cardi B for her degeneracy on national TV I believe it was yesterday, and started this whole feud on Twitter. This comes from the Daily Wire. It says Candace Owens and rapper Cardi B feuded on Tuesday for hours after the WAP singer was irked by Owens' criticism of her Grammy performance, which included simulated sex acts with another rapper. The feud blew up. The feud blew up when Cardi, her real name is Belcalis Marlenis, which I actually did not know. No, Belcarlis Marlenis Almanzar posted screenshots of a fake tweet and false blog posts about Owens and her family. Owens, host of the Daily Wire show, Candace, shot back that she would 100% be suing the rapper for the false statements. So Cardi basically, they started feuding about this because Candace went on Fox News, I believe on Tucker Carlson's show, and she was talking about how it was just disgusting. Like she's literally going out there, and it was basically borderline porn on national TV. Cardi B didn't like it. They started going back and forth. And then Cardi B posted a fake tweet. She screenshot of a fake tweet of Candace Owens. It was a doctor. It was so what she did was she took a fake tweet that made it look like Candace Owens tweeted it and then sent it out. And it said, she said, so the fake tweet read, it was supposedly from Candace Owens, but it was fake. It said, yes, my husband did cheat on me with my brother. Yes, he said no when I asked to join them. And then Cardi B tweeted that out, and Candace Owens got mad at her, so she is looking to sue Cardi B for that, which is interesting. But and if you look in the mainstream media, you would see, oh my gosh, like Cardi B fires back at Candace Owens, like she's so great. Cardi B is literally a degenerate. I mean, seriously. There's no real other. There's no. I have no real other word for it. Cardi B is a degenerate. She goes on stage, and like I said, it was borderline porn on national TV, and is praised for it by the mainstream media and the woke, because it's all about, it's so great. It's empowering women, which in reality it's not. And my question is, how is Cardi B even still walking around out here? She I believe a couple years ago, maybe it was, she even admitted to drugging men and then stealing from them. Admitted it, and she's still not in jail for some reason. I mean, think about it. Just think about this. What if a man came out and said, "Oh yeah, I drugged a bunch of women and stole from them"? He would be in prison, and he should be. But now Cardi does it, and it's okay. It's because the media and the woke and Hollywood and all these other big, woke companies, whatever the music industry is. The music industry, let's say. and the woke, they're pushing out these people to be examples for future generations. This is what they're using Cardi B as an example because they want girls to grow up like Cardi B. They want people to be like Cardi B. And that should scare you. I mean, to tell the truth, it is scary if you think about it. Meghan Markle claims she's looking to run for president in 2024. Why? It says, is Meghan Markle preparing to bid to be America's first woman president? One senior Labor figure claimed that Meghan Markle, age 39, was networking among senior Democrats with a view to building a campaign and fundraising teams for a tilt at the U.S. presidency. But if you didn't believe her when she accused the Queen of racism, then you're a horrible human being. Because it totally was not just a publicity stunt. I mean, that's what I think it was. It was just a publicity stunt to be, oh, I'm such a victim, look at me, and then be like, oh, I'm running for president too. So if you guys would vote for me, that'd be pretty woke. You get a lot of woke points in woke heaven if you did it. If you vote for it, then you're an idiot. I mean, that's really all I gotta say about her. So I guess the state of Colorado is pushing veganism, and Nebraska is now pushing carnivorism, I guess, is meat. It says, my respect for Nebraska has risen exactly 81.2% as the governor proclaimed a meat-filled day of feasting this week. It says, Nebraska Governor Pete Ricketts railed Monday against a proclamation by the governor of neighboring Colorado that encourages people to avoid meat for one day a week. Not only that, but the state did it as a direct dig to Colorado, which is pushing its citizens to cut meat out of the diet with Meat Out Day, an event backed by animal rights groups that encourages people to adopt a vegan lifestyle. That's right. The soy boys in the once mighty Colorado convinced Governor Jared Polis to declare March 20th Meat Out Day, a move that drew criticism from the state's large ranching industry. So basically now, Nebraska is basically doing the exact opposite of that and having a meat day where they encourage people to eat meat. It's funny. I just never understood this whole veganism thing. Like, if you want to be a vegan, go ahead. But it's not even that. They're like, a lot of the vegans are like pushing, like trying to force you to be other vegans. Like it's some religion or something. Like they're going out preaching the good news about why Jesus doesn't want you to eat meat or something like that. I don't know. I seriously don't know. There's that vegan teacher. Freaking crazy. But I noticed something about the vegans. There are two different types of vegans. There's vegans by choice, and there's vegans who have to do it because they have like health issues and whatnot. I realized the vegans who do it, who can't eat meat and all this stuff because they have certain things wrong with their body can't process certain foods. They're like okay people. I know a couple of people kind of like that. The vegans by choice are the wacko ones. The ones who want to indoctrinate you to the religion of veganism. Crazy. It is crazy stuff. I was gonna do a video probably like a month ago. I kind of forgot. I keep putting it off, but I was gonna do a video about that vegan teacher. I was just watching some of her videos, like to see something I should talk about. And there's some things I wish I could just unsee. I guess she did get banned from TikTok recently. I think which was her biggest platform, and people were like celebrating. Now, I don't know exactly what happened. It said something about how she broke the rules or something. I don't know, but well, I did see something about that. Joe Biden has been trying to contact Kim Jong Un in North Korea. Kim Jong Un, is that his name? Yeah, for about a month now, and they won't respond. And this was like, there's a feud about this going on Twitter like yesterday. Like, oh, I can't believe like the MAGA people liked thought it was a great thing that that Trump talked to North Korea or something like that. And it's like, okay, North Korea isn't like a super big threat. Like not compared to China. China's a bigger threat, but there is somewhat of a threat. And Donald Trump went in there and like kind of calmed the dude down, the little guy, and talked to him. And I think that's a good thing. Instead of just like ignoring the guy and having him like said nukes. So I don't know, but the liberals were like, oh, you think it's a good thing that Trump went and talked to Kim Jong Un? I mean, kind of, yeah. If you can calm a person down by talking to him instead of like starting a war, I think that's a good thing. But this just shows something about the liberals. Anyone who they don't agree with, you shouldn't even talk to them. Just don't even talk to them. Just fire away, guys. Fire guns. Well, actually, you can't have guns. So just fire your. I don't know. What would be the preferred liberal weapon? Or the wonderful and the greatest ever of all time White House press secretary, Jen Psaki, is dodging questions about New York Governor Andrew Cuomo. So during a press briefing, some of the reporters were asking Jen Psaki about why Joe Biden won't call Cuomo to resign. And she was like, "Oh, probably, I mean, probably circle back to that, let me look at my notes here. We'll have to circle back with me on that one." And the people, and then everyone, the fake news media is like, "Yay, she's a powerful woman!" Woo! And this is the thing. Andrew Cuomo killed thousands of old people by sending them into nursing homes and then covered up the numbers. And that's not what they want you to call him out for. They're mad because he was accused of inappropriately touching some women, I believe. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying inappropriately touching women is okay. What I'm saying is, I think the one outweighs the other. Killing thousands of old people, and then covering up the numbers, I think is a lot worse than these Me Too allegations. But this is the thing. I think, I'm not going to say that what these women are saying they're automatically lying. I will say this is somewhat of a conspiracy theory. This is just a theory. I think that if these women are not telling the truth, they were set up by the Democrat Party to get Cuomo out of office without bringing up the nursing home deaths. Because guess what? Cuomo wasn't the only Democrat governor to do the whole thing where he sent old people to nursing homes knowing they were going to die, along with infected people, knowing that it would kill them all. There was Whitmer, who's the governor of Michigan. There was the governor of Pennsylvania, I believe, did this. There was the governor of New Jersey, and there was, I believe, California did it as well. So, again, just a theory, but I think that these allegations, if they're false, were made up by the Democrat Party to get Cuomo out of office without bringing up the whole nursing home deaths because, again, there's like the 4 other governors who did the exact same thing. Democrat governors who did the exact same thing. We all know the Democrats, they don't want to lose power. They'll do anything not to lose power. But they also realize that they have to get rid of Cuomo somehow. And they knew what the left cared about. They care about the whole Me Too stuff and all that kind of stuff. Which is kind of disturbing if you think about it. Because we knew that he was sending these old people to nursing homes. We knew about this last year. And no one called him out for it. And no one's, like, a lot of these people don't even seem to care. Which I find very disturbing, to say the least. But, again, that just shows you the society we live in. We live in a society. Anyway, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing the left, well, not even just the left, just the radical, lying, LGBTQIALMNOPQRSTUVWXYZ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus community. All their lies and their brainwashing of children that they claim is not actually going on. We're going to be talking about all that. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Big Nick Show. So, we talked about, I believe also, I mentioned something about this on Monday, but the Vatican, Pope Francis, came out and said the Catholic Church will not bless same-sex couples in marriage, and the woke mob cried crocodile tears. Because how dare the Catholic Church not be woke? One thing I want to say is, well, actually, there's a couple things. One, this is the same stance the Catholic Church has been holding for the past 2,000 years. Ever since the beginning of the Catholic Church, they've held this view. So why these people are getting mad, acting like it's some new thing, is beyond me. Another thing is, I'm willing to bet I pulled up some stuff on Twitter on Monday, or my video on Monday. I was going to say, I'd be willing to bet Most of the people getting mad were not even Catholic, so why do they care? We have this article here, and it talks. It says it just hurts. Catholics react to Vatican ban on blessings for same-sex couples. It says LGBT. Okay, let me get a drink real quick. Okay, it it really pays me off when they don't. They didn't even put the Q and or the plus mark. They said LGBT. What about the Q? What about the I? What about the A? What about the P? That's what I'm really wondering about. What about the P? Pansexual. Because you know what? Guess what? I'm feeling a little pansexual, if you know what I mean. How's it going, baby? Oh yeah. Oh, not right now. Oh, not right now. Later. I'm feeling a little pansexual right now. So I want to be represented in the LGBTQIA community because I want them. I want a P added to the alphabet. I want my own color. I think the color should be blue. I don't know if it's already a color. The pansex. I'm gonna make my own flag. It's gonna be the pansexual flag. It's gonna be blue. Piss me off. Anyway, the LGBT Catholics and their allies are reacting with dismay to a statement released Monday by the Vatican Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, prohibiting priests from blessing same-sex unions in which the church officials assert that God does not and cannot bless sin. Again, why people were surprised at this is beyond me. It's the same beliefs the Catholic Church has been holding since the beginning of the Catholic Church. Nothing's changed. Says the Reverend Brian Masongale, a gay Catholic priest and professor of theology and social ethics at Fordham University, says priests who want to engage in pastoral outreach to the gay and lesbian community will continue to do so, except it will be even more on the table than it was before. For Catholics, same-sex relationships, he said, the Vatican's new message will hurt. Okay, same-sex relationships is not approved in the Catholic Church. So again, for this article, they bring out Catholics who don't even really seem to be Catholics. But this is what they do. And I'm not even sure. I can't remember who put out this article. I just saw it. I forgot to write down what. I usually write down if it doesn't say what where I got this article, but I can't even. It doesn't even say. I forgot to write it down. I can't even remember who put out this article. Anyway, but again, this is the same teaching the Catholic Church has been teaching for the past, 2,000 years. Why they're acting like some new thing is beyond me. But this is the thing. The church isn't woke enough for these people. That's why they're angry. Because everything needs to be woke. It's progressive. When you keep progressing. And that's why they hate stuff like the Catholic Church. Because the Catholic Church is a religion. Not a political movement that's ever changing. It's a religion. And most of the the teachings of the Catholic Church or most religions say the same. And that's why they can't stand it. Because again, it's not progressing along. It's not changing with the times. That's why they hate it. They can't stand it. And they want to corrupt, you could say, the Catholic Church with their LGBTQIAP beliefs. And that's what they've been doing ever since. Well, they've been doing, not ever since. I don't know why I said ever since, but for a while. They've been, you could say, they've been indoctrinating children into the ranks of the LGBTQ. And they claim that they're not. But especially in the trans thing, yes, they are. They push out celebrities who transition, like what's her face? Ellen Page? Yeah. Well, she changed her name to Elliot Page, but whatever. They push out people like that kind of people, like Halsey, I believe it's a singer, yeah, pop singer, changes her pronouns to she, they, because that makes sense. Or is she multiple people? I mean, I don't know. We don't do basic English anymore. And then they push this in TV shows. They push it in school systems. They push it in just everyday life with like drag queen story hour. And remember, you can't read. Well, you can't sell. And to think I sold on Mulberry Street. But just before the show, actually, I found a book on Amazon. It's a children's book, and the title was called. Give me a sec. It was "The Drag Queen's Hips on the Drag Queen Go Swish Swish Swish." It was a children's book about drag queens. The dumbest title I've ever heard. You're allowed to read that, but you're not allowed to read that. This is offensive, but that's not. Why? Because the hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish pushes a woke message to your children. It's indoctrinating your children to become more trans. And I have a couple videos here. This first one, well, all these pee me off, but especially this first one I'm going to play here. And they try to tell you they're not going after your children. Yes, they are going after your children.
Is for ally. B is for buy. C is for coming out. D is for drag. E is for equality. F is for family. Uh-oh. We missed the page. G is for gay. H is for hope. I is for intersex. J is for joy. K is for Kiki. L is for lesbians. M is for mountain. N is for non-binary. O is for orientation. Very good. P is for hands. Q is for I don't know what Q. That's okay. Q is for queer. Queer. R is for respect. S is for sachet. Sachet. T is for trans. Very good. U is for unique. V is for vogue. You know how to vogue? Yeah. You do? Yeah. That was pretty good. Okay, turn a page. W is for wonder. X is for X.
X is for X. What?
Y is for you. And Z is for Zems. Zest. Zest. The end. What was the name of this book? The ABCs. You like this book? Yes. Are you a woke toddler? Yes. Can you say, I'm woke? I'm woke.
And they're not trying to indoctrinate children. And this is actually, I actually searched for the gay BCs on Amazon. You can buy it. Again, the gay BCs is okay. And actually, searching for the gay BCs is what led me to the hips on the drag queens go swish, swish, swish. But again, you can buy the gay BCs. You can buy the hips on the drag queen go swish, swish, swish. And there was also another book. What was the other book? It wasn't about the gay stuff. It was anti-racist, baby. You could buy those books, but you can't buy that book. Again, because these books are woke. These books push their message to indoctrinate your children. This book is not indoctrinating children. This book is literally about rhymes. It's a fun little book about a child's imagination. This book isn't trying to indoctrinate you into anything. It's just a book. Those kind of books aren't allowed anymore. Only books that push their woke, political, gay, anti-racist message. Those are the only books that are allowed. And they're the only books that will soon be allowed. I have a couple other clips here. And I've played these before on not this show. Well, I've played it before on the Big Nick show. It was like one of my first episodes I did. The main focus was this, but I'm gonna bring it back because I've been talking about it a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have the clips for it, but I have them now. So my neck hurts. This is the trailer and then a clip from the HBO show. I believe it was a show or a movie. I'm not sure which one. Transhood. So let me play the trailer for you first.
Okay, tell me about what you felt like when you first started doing the documentary.
I started off not really knowing who I was, because, I mean, I was a kid, and I'm 12 now. Here we go!
It started early, 6, 7 years old, and she would tell us I'm a little girl.
I just always knew, I just didn't know the word for it.
Children before puberty do not have medical interventions. It is a social transition.
We lost most of our friends and some of our family.
My family really doesn't talk to me. My mother thinks I'm a child abuser.
Jay was able to get his birth certificate changed to male.
They changed it! Okay, stop shaking me.
Well, it's vital for me to have my parents understand what I'm trying to get at. Being a teenager is just hard enough on its own. Going through puberty as someone that you're not is a little harder. How do you feel about it, Grandma?
Fine. I've taken care of you since you were 2 months old. You're my grandchild, whether you're male or female.
What's going on? Somebody has pictures of your yearbook. Somebody knows.
This is not a pleasant time to be out and visibly trans.
Girl boy is a boy want to be a girl.
You identified as girl boy.
Nuh-uh, me boy.
We'll call you a girl later if you want.
What I really hope is that people realize we're human. We're not like some exotic species. We have human emotions. That's what matters.
If that doesn't make you mad, I don't know what does. This video, the next video is a clip from, I'm just gonna call it a movie. I think it was a movie. The HBO movie Transhood. And again, I've played this before, but this clip is disturbing. I'm gonna play this for you.
Good morning. Today we choose to recognize, honor, love, and celebrate anyone here who would claim their identity publicly as lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, or questioning, intersex, pansexual, asexual, or any category that I've left out. This is Phoenix. You're a little shy. Do you want to tell everyone if you're a boy or a girl?
I just want to tell them that I'm a girl.
Okay, you can tell them that. Okay. Phoenix would like you to know that she's a girl and she prefers she and her pronouns. This way. May you be well, safe, and whole. We honor you exactly as you are.
And they try to say it's not indoctrinating children. They are literally treating it as this is like their religion. It's their cult. And they're trying to tell me that they're not indoctrinating children. It's exactly what they're doing. And again, they're using celebrities. They're using the mainstream media. They're using the educational system. They're using all this stuff. Another thing they're using is Captain America. Because now Captain America is... He doesn't fight for, America. He's not the star-spangled man with a plan who's strong and brave and here to save the American way. No, he's not that anymore. He fights for LGBTQ plus rights, and he's an openly gay hero now. They just have to ruin everything. They can't just leave well enough alone. Captain America was the best superhero, but they always have to mess things up because it's all about indoctrinating children. It's all about pushing this out. Being like, oh, this is what trans is. This is what gay is. This is what pansexual is. And again, they're trying to tell you that this isn't indoctrinating children. The devil's greatest victory was making people believe he didn't exist. Or he doesn't exist. I want you... Those clips I played for you. Especially those trans hood ones. You're going to tell me, you're going to watch those and tell me that their parents or whoever in their lives are not pushing them towards that. They're all kids. They're all under 18. The oldest one, who was a dude who thinks he's a girl and dresses up like a girl, I'm guessing was like 16 or 17. But they even said that he was like this back when he was like 6 or 7. You know damn well that these parents are pushing these children towards this. The youngest one, that clip, was like 4 years old. Four-year-olds don't even know what gender is. They don't even know what freaking pronouns are. But they'll tell you, no, it's not about, pushing these children to be, LGBTQ, especially the T with trans. No, it's not about that. It's about children coming out and accepting who they really are. Again, 4-year-olds don't even know who they are. They're not even thinking about that kind of stuff. These parents are pushing this stuff on them. I don't even want to go on the next segment. It's depressing. I feel sorry for these kids. Because now they have an increased risk of attempting suicide. But this is okay. This stuff is allowed. It's accepted. And if you don't accept it, then you're a monster. No, these parents are the real monsters. And the one lady, even in one of the clips, was like, "Oh, my mom thinks I'm a child abuser." Because you are. You're abusing your children. Anyway. I had to do some research on, well, I was doing research on this kind of stuff. Because that's what I had to do before I came on, and I found, LGBT. No, this one's Pride. There's multiple ones. There's LGBT verified on Twitter. There's LGBTQ plus also verified on Twitter. And there's LGBTQIA, which is not yet verified on Twitter. And then there's also Pride, which is also verified on Twitter. And again, this is one of the angles they get children at. They put this on social media where they know children are going to be. And push this kind of garbage out there. They have posts like this. This is what I talked about it earlier. This is like Ellen Page, the one actress who thinks she's a dude now. Again, they are using these people to push out their message. This is exactly what they're doing. They're using the celebrities, people, because people, especially children, look up to celebrities. They use these people to push a message. But yes, this is Ellen Page. She's now Elliot Page, and she thinks she's a dude, and they honor her, and she's such a great hero of our nation. And they post stuff like this: trans kids need our help now. Okay, let's see. Instead of just saying, why don't we not give kids puberty blockers and just let them grow naturally? No, let's see what they're gonna tell us how to help trans children. Okay, let's see. It says at least 44 anti-trans bills are now in the process in the U.S. right now. Most of these healthcare bills are attacking trans kids. Most of sports bills are attracting trans girls. They mean guys who think they're girls. Let's break this down. Number one, but a kid is too young. A kid is too young to know they're transgender. This is actually incorrect. Studies show that gender identity actually develops quite young, before kids begin school, around the ages of 3 and 5 years old. Okay, this is BS. Like this kids don't even know what gender is. Don't try to tell me that they want to transition at 3 years old. Like, if you believe this, you're an idiot. Like, seriously, don't try to tell me this. But they're pushing out. This is all propaganda. This doesn't mean that every kid realizes that they are transgender this young. Social and parental pressures, as well as general societal stereotypes of gender, can cause many transgender individuals to remain presenting as the gender they assigned at birth. No, you mean the gender they are. Still, the argument that kids are too young to be able to know who they are is scientifically and psychologically incorrect. No, it's not. Okay, it's just not. Kids don't know what gender is when they're 3 years old. They probably don't even know what a man and women are. They don't care. They're not thinking about this kind of stuff. Don't try to tell me that kids would have transitioned at 3 years old and that there's science to back it up. Their studies show that gender identity actually develops quite young at 3 years old. So little Timmy wants to become little Tammy now. I mean, this is BS. This is exactly what this is. Kids absolutely are capable of knowing their gender identity at 3 years old. Of course they are. How dare you think that otherwise? And you notice they have comments off for this this post because they don't want people, coming around and telling the people in the comments the truth, because they again, this is all to indoctrinate. This is all propaganda. What if they regret transition? Let's examine the statistics. Empirical peer-reviewed research shows that transitioning is 99% effective. That is the same 99% of the time. People do not regret transitioning, and transitioning increases well-being. Except when they go and commit suicide, which is super high in the transgender community. So tell me, they don't regret transitioning. Come on. Except, like, again, I don't think, give me a second, I might have the numbers down. I don't know if I have the numbers. get it exact, but wait, no, here they are. Here they are. This is, again, I brought this up a bunch of times. This is from HRC. It says, more than half of transgender male teens who participated in the survey reported attempting suicide in their lifetime. And 29, almost 0.9, almost 30% of transgender female teens said they attempted suicide. Among non-binary youth, 41.8% of respondents stated that they had attempted suicide at some point in their lives. This is just teens. So don't tell me they're trying that they don't regret transitioning. When 50, almost, it's more than half. So more than 50% of would be transgender male teens, so to be women to men, I'm guessing. Women to men. So women who think they're men. More than 50% of them attempted suicide. While about 30% of men who think they are women attempted suicide. But that they don't regret it. Again, this is all propaganda. It's all lies. And they're trying to tell you they're not indoctrinating the youth. It's not transphobic. It's about fairness. Trans women are biological males and should not compete with women. We'll start with language. If you claim you're not transphobic, then use the most respectful terminology and call trans women what they are. Women. Okay, no. Men who dress up as women are not women. It's science, okay? Just because I give my pan a wig does not make it a woman. Same thing. If I dressed up in women clothes and call myself a woman, does that make me a woman? No! It doesn't. But according to them, it does, because it's all about the science of feelings, guys. How do you feel about something? That's all that matters. It doesn't, facts don't matter anymore. It's all about feelings. Calling them biological males is not only potentially inaccurate, but also transphobic. Well, guess what? I guess I'm transphobic. If you need to differentiate trans and cis women, say trans and cis women. If you need to talk about folks with higher levels of testosterone, men, say that. If you need to talk about folks with penises, say that. Because you don't want to use scientific terms and the right terms. Excluding trans girls protects girls' sport. In order to exclude trans women, there must be a method of verifying if someone is trans. This can be done usually by just looking at them, but through general exams and hormone evaluations. Most bills propose accusation-based testing. When someone is accused of being trans, they are subject to testing. This not only weaponizes transness, but also endangers all girls and women. That is, any girl accused of being transgender can be checked. Okay. Wanting sex checks, I guess you could say, is dangerous. But allowing men who think they're women into women's sports, so they can, especially like stuff like boxing and stuff like that, where they're gonna, like women MMA, like guys who think they're girls in women MMA, let's say, is very dangerous. That's not dangerous. But if you say you want to, maybe we should do some sex checks to make sure that these are actual women. That's nope. Trans women have higher levels of testosterone, so it's unfair. That's true. And they go through their BS about, what can you do? How about let's not transition children? That's what you can do. We love our trans youth. No, you don't. No, you don't. You deny science, you deny reality to make them Maybe they'll feel good for a certain amount of time, and then later down the road they'll attempt suicide. You don't love your trans youth. I don't know what being fat has to do with trans, but okay. I don't know what the hell this is. I don't know what this is anymore. Pride pops, because this is what we need. This is garbage. We are all lesbians? No, we're not. I looked it up. Only 1.4% of women are lesbians in the world. I don't know what that's supposed to mean then. I don't know. Oh my gosh. No. So a lot of people think that all girls have this private part and all boys have that private part. And that's not actually true. Bodies are far more complicated than that. Yeah, right. Just like there aren't two hair colors or two heights or two sizes of hands. There are lots of different parts people have. And sometimes not all girls I skipped it. But this is the BS they put out. And this is, again, I've talked about this before. This is the left's one of their, oh my gosh, I don't want to see that. This is the left's their weapon they use. Well, it's not it's more complicated than that. No, it's not. It's not. I mean it's fairly simple. There's men and women. And men have this and women have that. No. It's just more complicated than that. It's not. It's not. But they try to confuse you so they can, when they're confused, they can push in their agenda. Again, I'm just saying these things. I'm just reading what he's saying because I don't know if you guys. I don't think you guys can hear me what he's saying. But yeah, let's see. So when a baby is born, the doctor looks at the baby and says, "Oh, this is a little girl," or "Oh, this is a little boy." And sometimes the doctor gets that wrong. So when I was born, the doctor looked at me and said, "Oh, this is a little girl." So everyone thought I was a little girl. But when I got old enough to tell people who I was, I said, "Wait, I'm not a little girl. I'm a boy, and that means that I'm transgender." What everyone told me I was actually, and there's nothing wrong with being transgender. This is garbage. This is garbage. Being pushed out to your children on, like I said, social media. What? Now, being pushed out on social media, being pushed out by celebrities, being pushed out by mainstream media, like I said, educational system. They're putting it on everything because they want your children to grow up believing this garbage. This is their goal. Yeah, okay. Things to not say to trans people. What were you born as? You don't need to know what gender anyone was assigned at birth to respect and interact with them. This is an unnecessary and invasive question. Okay, no, if I'm talking to someone, and let's say it's a doctor. Yes, it's important to know what gender they were assigned because that's the gender they are. You don't look transgender. I never would have known. You pass so well. What's your real name? What was your name before? You're so attractive for you're so attractive for a transgender person. But why are you more attractive than me? That is so unfair. Did you get the surgery? Are you going to do the full, complete, whole transition? What surgeries are you going to have? Or are you on, or will you take hormones and you have that kind of stuff? They give you a checklist and you're blah blah. It's propaganda. No, it's not. No, 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 no. Okay, let's see what. Well, this is the last slide we're gonna do. This was put out November 2nd. Get off Instagram and vote for Biden. Okay, let's see what this has to do with pride. If you care about anyone who is trans or queer or BIPOC, because I have no freaking clue what that means, or disabled or an immigrant or woman, vote for Biden. If you love an LGBTQ plus person and you're planning on voting for Donald Trump in November, that's an act of that's an act of violence against them. If you vote for someone, that's an act of violence. Joe Biden's an ally to the LGBTQ community. Here's a list of attacks the Trump-Pence administration has levied against the LGBTQ people. Opposition to the Equality Act. Appointed anti-LGBTQ judges. Joked about Pence's desire to hang LGBTQ people. Okay, I have no freaking clue what that's talking about. Supported employment discrimination against LGBTQ people. Banned transgender servicemen from the military. Rolled back Obama-era non-discrimination protections. Issued ruled license discrimination. Kicked people living with HIV out of the military because of their status. Undetermined Section 1557 rule. And they created a religious discrimination division. It goes on, blah, blah, blah. It goes on. Wait, does they put the same thing twice? No, I guess it's just another page. Time to remember the best voting advice I've ever heard. Voting isn't marriage, it's public transport. You're not waiting for the one who's absolutely perfect. You're getting the bus, and if there isn't one to your destination, you don't not travel. You take the one going closest. What? If you cannot vote for any reason, I see you. Your voice is still so important. Can someone say propaganda? Because this is again said it multiple times during this video. It's exactly what this is. It's propaganda, and they're putting this in your children's eyes, your children's ears, and most importantly, your children's brain, because it's all about indoctrinating your children. Again, we need to stand up against this. It's disgusting. It's not normal. Even though how many times they try to keep telling you it's not. I would tell you right now, and I don't care if that sounds transphobic or homophobic or whatnot. It's not normal. It's not. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here because I want to go to bed and just erase my brain from all this stuff I just saw, especially on my Instagram page. So, again, make sure you like, subscribe, check the main channel, which is linked in the description below. Check my Rumble, which has exclusive videos not found on YouTube. I don't know if I'm going to get in trouble for putting this video out. Yeah, just support me by, again, subscribing, liking, leaving a comment after this video is done. You can follow me on social media. You can check out the music that I played in the beginning of the video. It's by Tom MacDonald. It's called Clone Rappers. It's a pretty good song. You can check it out. I'll left the link in the description below. And I think that's about it. We'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Should be tomorrow. And there should be a video live stream Saturday at 8:20. But again, new video coming out tomorrow. See you all then. I want to erase my brain from everything I've just seen. Goodbye.